healing. So it's quite positive messages passed through. But tarot, right, has quite a bit of scary looking negative cards. Okay, so today's session, right, actually I'm going to cover. Oh, okay, wait. Let me just finish up, right. So this is the major arcana cards. So those four suits just now belong to the minor arcana. So the major arcana consists of 22 cards. So 22 cards, they are like major events that is like spiritual lessons that you have to go through, you have to learn, and this teaches a lot of wisdom. So I feel like the tarot decks, right, this is where the majority of the wisdom actually comes from. So you have the chariot, you have strength, hermit, wheel of fortune, so justice, and then hangman, death, temperance. So you have the devil. So look at the devil. It's a bit scary looking. And then you have the tower, the moon, and then you end with the sun, the judgment, and the world. Yeah. So these are major arcana cards. Okay. Okay, I think we can just go ahead. Uh, so those who are here, right? Thank you for taking the time to join us. So today I'm going to do a sharing of a live reading, based on one of the readings that I did just last night for a client. So it's a lady who was asking me about advices from the universe to about her love life. So she wants to know what's going to happen in the next year or so. So that's why I chose a spread to do this reading for her that gives me a lot more details and give me a time frame of about a year from now. So let's get to see what she is actually what kind of reading was actually what I did for her yesterday. So just take note that this actually the client has given me permission to use her reading for this teaching purpose lah. Yeah. So yeah. So this program or this show I'm going to do it every Wednesday. So I'm going to do sharing more on like metaphysics studies, unconventional studies. So things like meditation, healing, crystals. So if you guys are interested in such a subject, then just tune in on Facebook Live after your dinner every Wednesday and Saturday. So every Saturday I will be explaining one of this. So one of these major arcana cards here. So there's 22 of them. So I'll take 22 weeks to explain them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a movie to explain the meaning or the translation or the interpretation of a major arcana card. So actually from movies we can see actually really there are tons of movies to choose from. So I try to select the ones that is quite near to this definition. So actually I hope it will aid in your learning of the tarot. Okay, so let's move to this part. So is this everyone can see this screen? If you're here, just give a hi or something. You can just type in the chat because right now, right, I'm really just talking to the camera and it feels quite idiotic lah. But okay, really appreciate your time to come in. So I only see a number. I don't know who is watching. So yeah, it will help a lot if you just say a hello. Then I can say hello back as well. And feel free to like and share this video so that I can actually reach out to people. You might have friends, family that is interested in this session. Oh, hello, boss. Hello, boss Luis. Hi Fang Rong, thanks for supporting once again. Yeah, so y'all can see the screen. Okay, so tarot, right, is something like, hello Jesse, welcome, welcome. Thanks for messaging. Yeah, please like and share. And hello, my wife, Yvonne. Thanks for liking and sharing. Yeah, okay, that's great. Y'all can see this one because there's a amount of lag when I actually say something and then you all actually hear it. So sometime later. So okay, so this screen, right, is I'm showing here, right, the reading. So okay, how it actually works is that when I sit down with the client, right, the first thing I would do is to let her know what she needs to do in terms of the preparation process. So, in order to chase accuracy, right, and to seek the accurate advice, I will first clear the deck. So let me show you. So let's say, okay, this one. So let's say I just take this is the entire deck. So I will first cleanse off the energy that is left behind in the deck from previous readings. So I can either use incense here or crystals. So crystals usually you just draw an eight because the number eight is actually a very powerful sign. So or either that I can just knock the deck off just to cleanse off the energy. Trust me, this may sound kind of weird to you, right? But the accuracy of the readings, right, before and after you cleanse the deck, right, it makes a world of difference in terms of accuracy. So okay, so we sit down already. So she's thinking of asking a question. So I will ask her what I asked her yesterday what she want to ask. So she's asking about love life. So I advise her how to phrase her question. So she actually wants to know if it's possible to get a boyfriend within the next year. But then so I advise her to ask a more comprehensive kind of question like how is my love life going to be like in within the next year. So that's how she asked. So during that, right, I actually requested her to shuffle the cards. So actually you do shuffling. So while she is shuffling the card, so I pass her this deck. So while she's shuffling the card, she'll be thinking of the question, like what is how is my love life going to be in the next year or so. So they'll continue just shuffling, and then when she feels is right, she can take her own time to do the shuffling. When she feels that is right, um, she can stop. So once she stop, right, I will spread out all the cards out onto the table, and then she will start picking the card based on her intuition. So it's all this part is all about tapping the energy at this and at this part and seeking the wisdom from the universe lah. So when she's done, right, she'll pick up the card one by one. So I will place it face down in these positions. So actually you can see right from here, right, this entire thing, right, there's a formation. So this is called a spread. So each card in their position, right, um, is telling us something. So how we look at this is like a formation of a football team. So each position, right, has a role to play, and each one contributes a definition to the whole story. So for example, right, this eight of cups here, right, let me just take it up for you all to see. So eight of cups is in this position. This position is the past position. So this one is some telling us eight of cups is representing the past. So eight of cups is telling us what kind of past influences she would have to her current state. So this is the current position. So this is like and then okay then at this part, right, this is the lovers card. Yeah, as you can see, right, this is lovers, right. Okay, this is the lovers card. So it is currently occupying the position of long-term future. So this position here is long-term future. Just for example, I just show you this too. So another thing is The next thing, right, after everything is placed down, I will tell I will tell her, or I will just take a general look, a general perspective of this entire reading. I will look at, um, is this a positive kind of reading? Is it aligning to a love relationship? Because sometimes when it comes out, right, you are asking about love, and then all the cards or most of the cards are pentacles, right? And then it doesn't make sense because pentacles is more about practicality. It's about more about finance or career kind of thing. So I will take a general look, and then I will see the outcomes, and it will feel to me, right, that this is quite actually is a very positive reading in terms of love. So later I'll explain slowly lah, one by one, how I arrive at this conclusion. So, and then the next thing is I will look at, you see all these cards, right, they have numbers ma. So this is like the two of swords. So I'll look at the numbers, I'll see which kind of numbers uh, like is the majority, which number shows up a lot in this reading. So as you can see, we have 8, we have 9. So we have already 3 9s, one 2 2s, and 1 8. So we have a lot of nines. So I will from here I will just take one layer of reading. So what are the nines? What does the nines mean? All the nine of swords, nine of cups, nine of, so in general, right? Nine, right, is referring to a stage that where it's explaining about climax and closure. So it's like, for example, I just take a movie setting like the Avengers or something. So this is the fight, right, that is near the peak, near the end. So it's like growing very wildly, and then there's plenty of near misses. The hero is like to do trying to fight, and then there's a lot of near misses, a lot of small defeats. So but then he kept going, he never give up, he keeps standing up. And then this is usually the most exciting part. So number 9, right, is talking about the hero, although the hero is quite tired, quite jaded already, ma. So they use all their superpower and all this stuff. It's probably beaten, but then with a flicker of hope, right, and then it just and the that kind of last minute strength, right? It just stand up, and then it mastered his last strength and win the battle. So the hero saves the day by standing the ground and enduring a little bit more. So actually, you from here, right, you can see the nines, right? It's actually telling us that it's around the corner. Whatever she is looking for is just around the corner. So she just has to endure a bit more. So this is already just one reading that we can see already. So what's next? So later part, I mean the next step, right? We look at a more general view as well. So we look this time at the the amount of suits. That means the four suits, the cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles, which appears the most. So as you can see from the color, right? Okay, yellow is swords, blue is cups, and then red is wands, green is pentacles. So you just take one look here, right? You can see yellow, 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 yellow. So actually, the swords, you got 4 swords, you got 2 cups, one pentacles, one wand. So the focus here is very much giving you another layer of answers really. So if this is a love life, and then this is a love question, then the part where this love story, right, whether we can reach the lovers, right, is very much depending on her thoughts or her thinking process. So her thoughts is very important down here. So you know that the kind of advice or the first advice that you give later, after the reading, right, is she has to be in control and in command of her thoughts. So if the thoughts is tapped on, that means it's going the right direction, then it reaps the most reward. And with those underlying emotions that she's feeling, right, from the past, right, the past isn't quite good also. But later I'll touch on that. So in order to clear the past, to move on, she has to make use of her thinking, of her thoughts. and make sure the thoughts remains positive. Okay, so like I shared on Sunday, right? The power of positive thinking. So in Sunday, I mentioned that the Bible says, resist not evil. So what does it mean? So if resist not evil is like, even if evil comes along, you don't think about it. If you think about it, you're giving the evil some influence. So when a negative thought comes along, you have to cut the cords, like cut the connection. So you have to what I usually do is I will close my eyes. I'll visualize that this energy connection with this negative image, this negative person, this negative experience, there is a line that is drawn and connected towards you, and you visualize that you're cutting this cord away. So if this negative thought comes back to you, then you do this again. And then you do this again and again, and then it will go away. And then how do you grow the positive thoughts? So you only focus on positive thoughts. So whenever all these negative thoughts come in, you try to shrug it out. So this was what I advised her yesterday after I assessed the entire thing. So moving on, right? There are two great lessons to be. This is still general. As you can see, right? The next thing we look at is these are minor arcana cards. So they are minor events like moving house or wedding and this kind of things or having a kid. So these are things that you can control. But what is important here is you have to look for the great spiritual lessons to be learned so that uh, you can overcome and achieve this outcome that you want. So there are two important um, major arcana cards here. So these two major arcana cards here is this one. This is number three out of 22 of them. So this is the Empress. Sorry for the reflection. Yeah. So this is the Empress. And then the second one we have here is the Lovers. Okay. So there's these two, right? These two major arcana events, right? Or spiritual lessons we cannot change. We die have to go through it. We have to live through it. We have to endure these two so that we can master these two and then we move on. So that's basically what our life is about. So we are thrown challenges that sometimes we cannot siam one. So we have to take on them. We have to find the right way to take on them and find the right way to endure them. So this kind of general setting, right, or general reading, right, this layer, it is already telling us that um, she needs to endure a bit more, then she can see very positive changes coming in already. So in any reading actually I will make it a point, right, to highlight the major arcana spiritual lessons to them and the emphasize on the importance of what they are trying to teach her. Okay, so moving on, we can go to the cards individually and their positions. So the card, we will start with the past. So the card actually tells us something, and then on top of that, this card is in this position, so it tells us another thing. So you see, look at this image. So usually I'll just encourage my students, right, to just look at the image first. So you see this lady, is turning its back on this this treasure down here and is walking into the sunset. So there's sunset, there's a form of like energy coming down, yeah, and it's walking away. So this is emotional cards. So it's a cup suit, right? So it's emotions. So it's actually showing some form of emotions that she's walking away from. So what do you think? Is it showing happiness? Is it showing anxiety, or is it showing grief? A little, maybe there's a little bit of grief, but this card is more like regret. So it's moving on, you regret, and there's some past experience that is really not so nice, that she actually made her feel quite sad and heartbroken. So this happens to be in the past, so actually we can know what kind of influence she actually have, or what kind of things that she actually have to endure um, to tackle the future. So it's not easy path for her. So this is actually huge influence on the present, because the past contributes greatly to what she is thinking or what she is afraid now. So later we can see why I said that she's afraid. So actually receiving the Eight of Cups in a love and relationship kind of reading like this means that it is time to pull back or step back. So it just means you need some time, because this one is in the past. So it's actually probably she has already had this time to process what's going on and then to move on. So it's actually a good thing, because usually I do tarot reading, right? I will try to focus on the positive. So this, although this is a grief card, but it's in the past. So that means, right, I look at the present and see whether she has actually stepped out of this. If she has not, then I will pull some more positive um, outcomes from here. So actually for her, because she's single so for singles, right, um, this one, it just means she has to really have to be a bit more of a recovery kind of phase, and need to give herself some time because if you don't push back or you don't move on, right, push this past behind you, right, the new insights, right, won't come in. So because this one is in the past, so actually some new insight came in already, and then you need to take action, right? So she needs to take action. So it wasn't easy walking away, definitely, but she has already done it because it's in the past. So actually it's a good thing. So this is what I'm telling her, what I told her just now. Okay, so this one, right? Okay, the next card I'll read is this card in this position. You can see. Yeah. So in this position, right, what is this position? So like in a soccer team, there's attacking and then there's defensive, there's goalkeeper and stuff. So this position is the hopes and fears position. So under hopes and fears, she got a Nine of Wands. So remember, this is a love reading. So in the love reading, right, Nine of Wands is indicating that past wounds or the past kind of hurt is holding her back from beginning a new relationship, or is preventing her from progressing from in her current relationship. But she's single, so this one is from starting a new one. So this card implies, right, because okay, wands card is all about taking action. Yeah, so it's wands red color. Yeah, so it's about taking action. So she needs to show that she's having the courage to let go. She need to act like it and reflect that she need to accept that actually the past does not make her who she is now. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what Nine of Wands actually is telling. So if she's single, and okay, I mean she's single, right? So she should not give up now, especially searching for love, because it's just around the corner. Like I told you, right, nine. So she needs to show some courage in her action, and then she can see the reward very soon. Yeah. So this one is the hopes and fears, and then the next thing we look at where where she currently is, how she is currently feeling. So at her present location, I mean present position, right, is this one. So this is the present card. So it's represented by the Nine of Cups, another emotional card. So and then it's crossed out by Nine of Swords. So actually you see there's a lot of nines. So it's whatever she's enduring so far, right? She's been a very strong woman, and is going to be actually cut off quite soon. That means she's going to reach the finishing line quite soon. So this is actually a very positive kind of very positive reading. So okay, Nine of Cups, right, what does it mean? Nine of Cups, right, in a love relationship is a very positive card. So it symbolizes, right, that there's a lot of value being offered and received if you are in a relationship. But for her singles, she is going to be able to get what she wants. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, because she needs to because she now value herself more than yesterday. So I told her this yesterday that she has to take care more of herself than she take cares of others. Because later we can see, right, this Empress card is actually telling us what kind of character she actually is. So later I'll tell you what the Empress means. But so I advise her she needs to value herself more. She deserves better, and she needs to keep reminding this because all the swords cards is showing. And with this time, right, the confidence will build up. So she keeps reminding herself the confidence will build up, and then this confidence is going to bring this new partner into her love life, and this new partner will definitely value her in return. So this is not a Nine of Cups. So we look at Nine of Swords crossing this Nine of Cups. So Nine of Swords, right, in a love relationship is suggesting excess fear and excess worry about a future relationship. So it can be just mental chaos because swords is about mental stuff one. So it could be also somebody else opinion that is influencing her thinking process and making her worried about certain impending or incoming relationship. So this Nine of Swords, right, is crossing this Nine of Cups and is amplifying the Nine of Cups. So you can see that this one is supporting this. That means, right, the thoughts is going to influence the emotion. So this mental chaos, right, needs to be controlled. This Nine of Swords at the back. So these thoughts, right, only the thoughts can control the emotion. So whatever she's thinking, she translates to the emotion. So the if we go to the root of the issue, she needs to be able to control her thoughts. So it begins with positive thinking. So I told her to value herself even more because I told her that she's way better than she thinks she is. Why? Okay, we look at this Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is in her conscious mind. This position is conscious mind, consciousness. This position is a subconscious. So okay, Two of Swords, right, is in this context, right, is actually suggesting that consciously there's a bit of chaos in her mind. There's a lot of dilemma. Tools, right, always represent duality. All the tools in the four suits is always making is always talking about making choices. So this time round, right, she is faced with making. I mean, she's trying to juggle what she has experienced with her hope for the future. So this actually forms quite a bit of dilemma because you're juggling the past of Eight of Cups and the present. So this is this consciousness is like again this is a thought, a thinking card. So I actually told her not to worry too much because we already zoom in to the gist of her kind of her issues. So the way out, right, is very clear that she needs to work on positive thinking. So what is she fearing, right, is something that she can conquer that fear with thinking, yeah, with her thoughts. So what's powerful, right, is the next card that I'm going to show you. So in this position, like I told you, this is the subconscious position, and this is the Empress, and this is a major arcana card. So it's a more powerful card, and it's something that she subconsciously she may not be aware of this, but the Empress, right, signifies or indicates a very powerful woman, very motherly type. So deep down, right, probably she's not aware of it, but people can realize it that she is a very strong woman internally, and she actually is a great lady that take cares of everyone around her. And this is actually a very positive card for love as well. If this card, right, is actually paired up with Three of Cups or Nine of Pentacles, it could signal pregnancy, but luckily Three of Cups or Nine of Pentacles down here, so that's fine. So um, then okay, then we look at we look at the entire reading, right? There's no Three of Cups, so she's safe. No shotgun. Okay, safe. Okay, so the next thing, right, we are going to look at here is the Queen of. Can you see the? Yeah. So this position here, down here, is represented by herself. So this is her current self now. So she got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords can be very intellectual. Um, Again, because we are talking about thinking. So it's very logical, very quick-minded, very organized in her thinking process. So she's actually this is this is a very positive card. Like so far, we are talking about thinking process, trying to control emotions, and our greatest worry for her is that she cannot uh, handle her thought process in especially the Two of Swords, because consciously Two of Swords is messing up with her head lah. But then right, when we get this kind of thing, this kind of card in this position is actually telling us that we don't need to worry for her, because actually her thoughts are very organized, and she's more intellectual than we worry for her. Yeah. Yesterday I was telling her that she's actually stronger than she thinks with the Empress. Really, really very strong. So she just needs some kind of motivation or some kind of to boost her confidence a bit. Yeah. But she's not short of it. Yeah, definitely. So this card also indicates that she has cut off her fears or previous relationships, those bonding, and those previous relationships that has caged her or caged her emotions have now been released. Yeah, so she is no longer necessarily subject to all these previous thoughts and stuff. So um, all those destructive kind of thinking process is over as well. So okay, when we talk about queens, right, just to add some of the information, unlike the Queen of Wands, right, okay, this is Queen of Swords now. Okay, unlike the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, right, does not rush into a relationship. So that's her character, which is great, and especially for a lady, this is perfect, because she will think things through properly and won't mess things up. So this, if you get a Queen of Wands in this position, probably I will tell her, um, don't be too rushed, don't rush into things, because you might stumble and meet the same kind of experiences like before. So okay, moving on, we go to this card here. Okay, this card, right, this position is actually talking about the environment around her. So the Ace of Swords is now occupying the environment position. So it is telling us she is trying something. Okay, wait, let me tell you first. Ace of Swords. Okay, Ace of Swords, right? Like all the aces, right? I can show you where's this. I couldn't find the card. Yeah, okay. See, Ace of Swords. Okay, you can see, right? Okay, Ace of Swords, right, is trying to tell us, you look at the image. So this guy is holding one sword coming out of thin air. So again, there is something that's created out of thin air. So it's trying to tell us that swords is representing um, your thinking process. So something new that's coming out from the thought process. This just means creativity. It's trying to tell us that she is trying to do something that she has never done before, and she is trying to get some help from something that she has not heeded help from before. Yeah. So you see this two, and then you can look at the artwork. So this is the Tarot of the Elves actually. Yeah, just to show you. So what do you guys think? She's doing something that is new. Um, will it work? Um, Actually, to see whether will this work, right, we look at the next two cards, the final two cards of this 10 card spread. the final two cards are the short-term outcome and the long-term outcome. So let's see whether this creative new idea that she engaged, right, whether it will work. So okay, so now we look at these two cards here. We look at this one first. So this one is in the position of short-term outcome. Yeah, short-term outcome. So this okay, this is two of pentacles, or two of this lah. This or two of coins. Yeah, some decks call it that way lah, but it's the same thing. So pentacles, right, in any reading, not only love, always make reference to earthly things like finance, the practical things, the more physical kind of things. That means if you are talking about relationship, and the pentacles comes out, means if you're trying to win someone's heart, that means you need to buy a lot of gifts for this person lah. So this is what it's trying to tell you. Pentacles is always related to money, always related to physical things. So you have to there's there's bound to be practicality thrown into a relationship. If you're asking about love, and then the pentacles come out. But then as you know it lah, any of the potential to reach for any relationship is actually has to be grown over time, and it's not bought over. So if you eventually keep throwing gifts here and there, and I think sooner or later you get the tower major arcana card. So the tower is actually telling us about foundations that is not strong, and it will crumble. It will crumble, and then it will start anew. So that's the lesson of the tower. So if yeah, I mean in a relationship, there's always a need to grow the connection, the deeper connection, over time, or if with actions right from the heart more than just practical gifts lah. So short term outcome, we've got the two of pentacles. So two, right, I told you, right, two is always duality, and two choices, two side of things. It's always referring to you have to make a decision to go left or go right, to choose this one or choose that one, or to use this system or to use that system. So what kind of decision is this? So the decision will be a very practical one. uh, it will not be solely based on your heart. That means you're not solely following your heart, but you are making choices based on which one probably can provide me with more security, which one has a more stable kind of career, this kind of thing. So the decision will be quite a practical one with the two of pentacles. So short term outcome, we are talking about 3 to 4 months time. So this is what going to happen, and later on I'll tell you what she actually tells me, what she's been doing now after I gave her the reading. So she actually told me something that I was like quite okay, quite good. At least I got something right. So okay, so now we come to the final card. This is the lovers, and is in the position of a long-term outcome. Yeah. So okay, so the lovers, right, in a love relationship, right, like lovers love relationship is the best card to be had. That's why when I flip over all the cards, when I saw this in the long term outcome, I was quite happy. I was very happy for her. So the lovers is issue of the heart in a relationship, means very harmonious. You follow your heart, and then it brings great joy, great satisfaction. It's very 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 positive for love, and decision making needs to come from the heart as well. Yeah. So the lovers in a long term outcome. So I know within 1 year, long term outcome is usually 1 year. Within 1 year, she's going to find something that is going to stay, something that is going to bring value to her, something something that is what she has been looking for is finally here, and it's just within 1 year. So later I'll just show you some additional thing that I do to get a more accurate timeline lah. Because if she wants to be aware of what's coming, she wants to look out for certain people that appear then Then so I just help her out a bit lah. So to sum it up, right, for her, right, this entire reading, I told her the important messages the universe has for her, and that is focusing on the major arcana, two of them, Empress, Lovers. So to focus on that, Empress is telling her, right, yes, she's very motherly. She's very good at taking care of people, but she needs to value herself more because she's worth way more than she thinks. Yeah. So with that kind of focus, right, she's going to get what she wants. Okay. And the second one, the Lovers, right, within a year from now, she needs to follow her heart. So the relationship will be the final one, the long lasting one, the joyous union, because the Lovers is in the long term outcome position. So how to get there? The universe advice, right, through the cards is that she need to rule her mind, with the thoughts, before she can rule her heart. So that's how it works for her. It is definitely not the advice for everyone. This is not a love advisor kind of thing. But from her reading, this is uh, this is what she needs to do. So she also has to pursue a new way to find love. Definitely have to take something new on a new approach because the old one doesn't work or won't work. So and she needs to be creative as well. So and it has to be practical because of this. It's not far away, right, where she would need to make certain decisions. Probably probably she has two suitors or more suitors, I don't know. So I was telling her about this, but it will be the decision making will be based on practicality. So whether it like practicality, like whether it has potential to a concrete foundation, she has to weigh those and then balance it out and then pick the right option. So and she also has to spend some money because pentacles. So if she can overcome this, then the Lovers await her. Yeah, so I was very happy I can get such a reading because some of my closer friends uh, has been asking about relationship and it's not so positive. So this is one of the very positive ones. Is not very common, I would say, among all the readings I've done. So that's how it goes in a typical tarot session. So actually, like just now I mentioned something in addition, right? That I provided her with a more useful timeline of like when. So I would say around February next year or March next year. And how would she get to know this person? This person likely will come from her network of friends, or it might be introduced by friends of friends. Okay, so how do I actually see that? Okay, let me change the screen to, yeah. So actually, I use the 八字 system to get additional information. So she's Jiawood Day Master. So we are looking ahead into next year. This is 2021, February and March. So with the officers, we can see and the wealth stars here. So these are all representing potential partners. So if she really wants to take action and look out, right, this is the period that she needs to look out. Yeah, and this is her self star. So for self star is representing your friends network, your network of friends. So it's potentially from people that you know that introduce. Yeah. So okay. So this is just something additional. February, March, for her to look out for, so she can be more alert during that time. And then all 31 days or all 28 days of February, she'll be out meeting people. So she has to be more hardworking during that time. Yeah. So I hope you all learn quite a bit from this session because I think most of y'all might not have any experience or any encounter with this. Yeah. So yeah, any questions or anything you wish to ask? Yeah, appreciate if y'all can just like and share the video. Then also there's this the QR code is here, and y'all can just scan and then indicate an interest for either my online courses or any future kind of this kind of events. Then feel free to join. I will send like notification through your email and things like that. Yeah. So all good. So this Saturday, right, what's going to happen is I'm going to touch on the first card of the major arcana. So I'm going to start with the Fool, and I'm going to pick a movie, and I will just tell you scenes within the movie or the entire movie storyline. How does it relate to this card, so that it's easier for you to absorb the knowledge, because I feel the tarot is not really the tarot if there is no major arcana cards. It's so important. The lessons that it teaches is so important, that I feel I should place more emphasis on that. So I'm going to show you that with a movie, so that hopefully you can learn it easier, learn it better. Yeah, then you can help your friends or family with the reading. Yeah, so it's also I'll be doing a Facebook Live this 8 p.m. This Saturday, and then if you are busy and you couldn't attend, I'll post this on my YouTube channel as well. So you can go and search AF Academy on the YouTube channel. I will post all these videos there so that you can refer to this in the future. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can just leave me a message on my Facebook page. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks everyone for the support too. I'll see you this Saturday. Have a great evening. Bye bye.